What's with the color?
Did you hear me? Your ride is here.
The child is very action packed. I like the setting it up with the photo of the child. It really lets us know, okay, this is the driving force for this film. And it really makes you wonder, what is the importance of this child in the photo? What is the importance of this child that everyone is dying over? And then the reveal of his powers makes it really clear. And I really like the push and pull between the characters because they're deciding if they should spare him or not. You have the one character who is obviously the only one that's truly on his side that he trusts. And, she has this opposite desire around everyone around her who want to utilize him for as a weapon or as something to barter, and she sees him for the child that he is. And so when she's killed, we obviously see his motivation for revenge and this shift in him where he decides, I'm no longer trusting anyone. It was a very well-rounded piece.
The child. I love it when filmmakers set up a premise of the story right in the beginning. So you're on board with them, you know what to expect, and you can just dive right into the story. And the story on this was done so incredibly well. I loved the cinematography. I also loved what they did with the special effects, how they did some font color changing, and even the special effects within the film, it was done so seamlessly. I loved that. I loved the storyline on this. It was very suspenseful, very intriguing. You wanted to know more, and they ended it with a cliffhanger that was really smart because it left the audience wanting answers and it wanting us to have like a part two to this. So yeah, I mean, great job, great camera angles too. They made it very interesting. Excellent.
This was really cool, really well done, well written, great performances. Just really the way the tension built and the suspense build throughout was really remarkable. The cinematography was fantastic too. I thought just it had this great rich quality to it. The color and just the way every shot was framed. It was all very thoughtfully put together, paced well. Overall, just a really enjoyable film.
The short film, The Child, gives an essence of the boys, and it gives the essence of The Last of Us. That sort of vibe of where we find that this child carries an unspeakable power and people are going the extra length to make sure that this person is protected and is, a means of survival. And so when we're giving this opportunity of, being witness with soldiers coming in and being this like violent, heinous brutality that exists within the story of what the aftermath of what happens to one of the characters, we end up seeing that the boy has to, take a stand for himself, to protect himself, and be able to find his way back to the community that is actually helping him to get to, the next stage, the next level of representation. And, there's danger that comes with unspeakable power. And I think what's so great about this film is that we get to see this child use it for good rather than falling into evil's hands.
I really like the child. I really like the world building and the tension building. I thought it was great examples like of how to because it's like suspense is like so my teacher told me a long time ago, surprise is when you hit the audience with something they didn't expect intentionally, but then suspense is when the audience is no when you let the audience know what they're expecting, when the audience is expecting it and you delay it and you drag and you wind that, twist that knife. Uh, and I think this is a masterclass in that of like boom, you know what I mean? Uh, so I thought that was executed well. Also, I like the world building, the dystopian. I'm locked in on dystopian stuff, and like this did it well, I think. So great job.